Hello, today we shall study the topic of even feed to the card. In the conventional system where the blow room was an old blow room line, in that case the scutcher would produce laps and these laps would be manually carried to the next process, that is the card. But in the modern system, whatever material is being delivered by the blow room is transferred to the card by shoot feed system. So let us take a look at that. A fault-free sliver cannot be obtained unless the feedstock is in an adequate condition. Since every irregularity in the feedstock is transmitted completely into the sliver in an elongated form owing to the draft. So whenever draft is applied, at each stage of spinning draft is applied, so whatever little bit of irregularity, even if it's a small irregularity that comes up, it will be drafted and elongated many times and it would appear in the final output material. So whatever unevenness or irregularity is there in the feedstock, that would be completely seen or rather observed in the final output material. So to avoid this, one must take care that the feedstock is adequately even and ensure that if that is even, then only the final output would be a good quality output. So with this, the rule must be that the occurrence of faults should be prevented from the start instead of being corrected. So it's always better to avoid a fault rather than later on try to correct it or even try to hide it. Therefore, feed to the card must be very even. In case of lap feed, the scutcher would form the lap, each of which is checked for accuracy of count. So in the lap formation system which was there earlier, there was one advantage that one could check the accuracy of the or the hank of the lap and then only pass it further to the card. But in case of tuft feed, one must have enough sensors, enough places where the sheet thickness and the evenness is checked. So with this, let us go further and see what are the different systems that are available. In case of tuft feed, the tufts must be transported pneumatically from a distributor unit into the chutes of several cards. One of the card is always located very close to the fan of the distributing system, whereas the others are located at steadily increasing distances from the fan. So one can see if this is a distribution chute that is there, which is coming from the blow room. One can see one of the card may be much nearer to the blow room, last blow room machine, whereas another card at the other end of the line would be further away. So one can see over here also, this image will show it more clearly that if the material is coming in this way, this would be the first card which would receive the material and this card would be the last one. So the distribution is going to be uneven. So also to obtain even feed, the bats or one can say the tufts in the individual feed chute of all cards must be equally thick, evenly distributed over the whole width of the chute and must also be of equal density. So only if we take care of these three things, that they are evenly distributed over the whole entire width, they are equally thick and also of equal density, only then one can ensure that we are feeding an even type of material to the card. So therefore the feedstock of high performance cards must be finely opened. So to ensure even feed, the opening of the particular material that we are feeding to the card must be very good. A well opened feedstock also improves the performance of the card and therefore permits high speed. So what are the various chute feed systems that are available? The first one we shall see is the one piece chute without any opening system. So this is simply a duct which will allow material to come to the card. In the one piece chute, a column of material of a height that is somewhat variable over time is pushed forward towards the feed roller. So there is not much control over here. This form of chute is simple, uncomplicated, economical and needs less maintenance, but also does not comply with the requirements of the high performance card since it cannot achieve a high degree of opening. In a two-piece system, which we shall see just now after this, the opening roller would be there installed in the chute itself and it delivers a more even bat or one can say a sheet with better open material. Such a system is also complex as well as expensive. Whereas a one piece system or the shoot was very economical and complicated, on the other hand, a two piece system would definitely deliver a better sheet, a more even sheet to the card, but at the same time, it will also be complex as well as expensive. So, let us look at the two piece shoot with an opening system. The upper half of the chute is a reserve chamber. So there is a reserve chamber over here, which is the upper half of the chute of the individual card that serves to receive the material from the blow room. So material, whatever is coming from the blow room, would be deposited here, and it will be deposited over here, and to separate the material from the air. So whatever air is there mixed along with the material, that will be removed. The transport air escapes via a perforated sheet and is carried away by suction duct. In this part of the chute, that is the upper half, an electronic pressure regulator ensures an approximately constant height of material. The feed roller, which seals the upper half of the chute, pushes the stock into the region of the opening roller. So once the material gets accumulated here, the opening roller will try to push the material into the opening roller, and this roller in turn plucks out fine tufts and discharges them into the actual feed chute, which is the lower part, which we shall see. Coming to the lower portion, after an opening stage at the opening roller, after opening over here, the quantity of material is held constant. Here, controlled condensing is carried out by a metered supply of compressed air from the fan. So there is a fan which will try to condense whatever material is there by circulating air here and sucking it out through this perforated sheet which is there at the back. A perforated sheet that is a part of the rear wall permits the air to escape. This material is lightly compressed by compressed air or by vibrating plates in a continuous and even manner to form an even bat or sheet, which is an ideal feedstock for the card. An electronic pressure switch ensures constant filling and density of the material in the chute. So there would be an electronic pressure sensor which will also take care of the density of the material, that it will take care that the density is even in the entire chute along the width also. So this is obtained by adjusting the speed of the feed roll above the opening roller. So if the density were to be maintained, and if there is one variation, one finds a variation there, the sensors find a variation, then the adjustment is done by changing the speed of this particular feed roller over here. So it will be increased or decreased according to the density that is measured at this stage. The airflow in the chute continuously carries the tufts to the upper zone, the part of the perforated sheet least covered by the fibers as shown. So the airflow will allow for even deposition of material in this area. Even distribution of tufts over the whole chute width is thus obtained. So with this, let us take a look at the chute feed and animation of that. So this is the outer appearance of the card. This is the chute that we are going to see in detail, that we have just seen in detail. We'll see the animation of this. So as one can see, this is a two-piece chute, where this is the upper portion where the material is entering. This is the feed roller, and from here it is going to this opening roller, and then this is a perforated sheet which helps in maintaining an even, or rather uniform thickness of the material, which is then fed to the card. One can see a good opened material is being fed, so that uniform density is also maintained. So with this, there is another slight difference in this particular card chute, one can have a fine cleaning that is integrated in the card chute. So fine tufts are fed uniformly to the card chute with integrated fine cleaning. So this is an additional feature which one can have in this chute feed system. The fiber tufts are separated from the transport air in the upper section of the card chute, that is 1 and 2. Whatever transport air is there, that is separated over here. There is a perforated sheet, as one can see. This is the upper portion of the card chute, and here it forms an initial homogeneous bed. So it will first, this is the first stage where a uniform sheet is formed. A feed roller with a feed trough 4. So there is a feed roller and a feed trough, and that, and also there is a needled cylinder which is marked as 3 here, produces small tufts and does a large tuft surface. So again here a good amount of opening is happening, and the integrated moat knife is there which will help in removing the trash, which eliminates exposed trash particles. The released tufts are blown into the lower section 5. Whatever tufts are generated over here, fine tufts, they are released into the section 5. And here some additional controlled air current is supporting it, so that material gets deposited. As one can see the arrows over here, it will help the deposition of the material in this area, and it is condensed there into a still more better homogeneous vat in this region. The perforated rear wall permits additional dedusting of the tufts. So since this rear wall is also perforated, it will also help in some amount of dust elimination. As one can see at 6, there is a suction that is applied which will remove even if there are some fine dust particles. So let us look at the advantages of integrating a fine cleaning in this card chute, which we have just seen. The high production load of the blue room is now distributed over several cards. So whatever material was being processed by blue room, it would be of a higher or rather larger quantities, and when it is divided or distributed over several cards, and if we are going to have a fine cleaning device in the chute feed of the card itself, then since the load has been distributed, a better job or a better opening can be obtained at the chute feed level. So fine cleaning is performed very gently at considerably lower production rates compared to the blue room. So yarn quality will definitely be improved. For example, imperfections, that is thick places, thin places and neps in the yarn, one can see a difference. It will be definitely improved, and they are reduced, and short fiber content also improves. So with this we look at the distribution system. Now we have seen the various types of chute feed systems. Now we try to look at what do we mean by open and closed distribution systems. In open transport system, the ducting terminates after the last card. In the closed system, there is a circulation path through which excess tufts, that means once the cards are all fed, the material does not, it is still circulating, it will come back again, and it will keep circulating in a circular fashion, which have not been taken up by any card are returned to the distributor unit. So if once the cards are filled, if nothing, if still further material is not taken up, it will keep circulating, it will return to the distributor unit. In this type, but there is one problem: if too much material is present in the circulation path, neps can be formed. This type of installation is also inflexible, since once a particular blue room installation is associated with the cards, one set of cards, then one cannot change anything much as with regard to mixing whatever or blend that we are going to use. So in all forms of pneumatic chute feed, it is important that when operation of the card ceases or stops, all compression of the material in the chute should be terminated. So since compression is happening in the chute, as soon as if card stops, then one must even stop the compression of the material, because otherwise such compression is affected by compressed air, and because of the shaking of the vibrating plate, what will happen is the material will remain in the chute, which will be over compressed, and when operation will restart, the resulting sliver will be slightly heavier over a long period or a significant period of time. So cards with pneumatic feed mostly require regulating equipment to maintain constant sliver weight. So there is one system introduced by Aerofeed by Reuters, which is called as a Aerofeed system. The aerofeed system is a pneumatic card feed system. One can see the ducting here. The transport duct brings the material to all the cards in one row. It conveys around 600 kgs per hour of material, and it will feed around 8 cards. There is one more version which is a jumbo aerofeed, which will feed 2 carding lines, and each with a maximum of 10 cards. So instead of 8 cards, it is capable of feeding 10 cards, and the output of this jumbo aerofeed would be around 2000 kgs per hour. The smart feed function of the UniControl system controls and optimizes the material flow. The software records the data from a pressure sensor and measures the pressure conditions in the aerofeed card feed channel. So it will constantly be measuring the pressure in the feed. The smart feed uses the pressure measurements to calculate the optimum on and off points for the feed. So if the smart feed finds that there's a lot of pressure or there is less pressure, then in that case it will accordingly change the feed speeds, and it will then result in constant feed to the card. And it will also result in a uniform lap feed, which will guarantee a highly consistent card sliver. To control this particular feed or the uniformity of the feed rate or the speed of the feed roller of Unistore, that means the previous machine in the blue room, either Unistore and also the Unimix, the feed rate or the speed of these particular machines are changed if one finds there is that uneven material is being fed to the card. So by changing the speeds of these two machines, earlier machines in the blue room, the control can be had over um, the even feed to this set of cards. So it is changed according to the production of the card. So with this we come to the end of today's lecture. Thank you.